This is Kugan Cassius for iFLTV. It's Latino Fight Week. It's Latino night this Saturday from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. I'm joined by esteemed ex-YouTuber and now
ex-YouTuber.
You left the game.
I left the game.
You still haven't left the game, have you, really?
No, I still haven't left it. Still got the YouTube. Still trying to put out content and videos, but obviously I feel like my content's quieting down. I can't say what I want to say anymore. I feel like I feel weak with it. I can't
Company
do
man Addy, isn't it?
Full-on company man. Remember that company man Johnny Nelson
Yes.
thing? It's coming my way soon. So yeah, we're here for it. We're here for it though. This is a good one. I like this. Although maybe not as big as the other Riyadh season events, it just feels a bit different. Obviously it's the first one for Golden Boy. So it's good to have Oscar here and Bernard Hopkins here and a few of sort of the South American fighters here as well. It's just different. It feels different to what we're used to with Frank and Eddie and Ben Shalom.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the main event. Obviously, Zurdo, Gilberto Ramirez, only suffering that one loss in his career to Bivol a couple of years ago. Aside from that, he's been undefeated. I suppose we didn't really know too much about how good Ramirez was until that moment with Bivol. Yeah. Now that fight's over, it's like he's trying to, I suppose, rebuild from that moment. Oscar De La Hoya is even talking about him going up to heavyweight to fight Alexander Usyk, etc. How do you see this playing out with Billam-Smith?
It's a good fight. Honestly, it's a good fight. Like, I was pushing the guys yesterday. I was saying, okay, look, it's number 2 versus number 3. I think we all can agree that Opatai is number 1, or recognised by many as being the best. But I almost feel like Billam-Smith's getting a lot of disrespect here. Maybe the American media don't know too much about him, whereas we do. We rate Okoli so high, we rated Riakporhe so high, and he beat both of them. And that surprised a lot of British media. So I think we come into this giving him a lot of respect and giving him a good chance and maybe making him a slight favourite. He is the natural cruiserweight. He's beaten the proven cruiserweights. Yes, Zurdo is the champion, the WBA, but I don't know how much stock you put into Gulamarian, how much stock you put into Joe Smith. Whereas I put a lot of stock into Riakporhe, and especially Okoli. Okoli's massive. I mean, Okoli's going to do some stuff at heavyweight, and Billam-Smith was able to beat him. So look, I feel like Billam-Smith's got a great chance. I'd edge to Billam-Smith, and I'm not just saying it as a Brit, but I'd edge to him because I feel like Zurdo at this weight, for me, is still unproven. Yes, super middleweight, yes, light heavyweight, but this is 25 pounds above light heavyweight. Let's see what you can do now when you're not the bigger guy. And in the ring, he's not the bigger guy. Chris Billam-Smith is.
I think you made a good point there about kind of the US and Mexican-based people here that are picking Ramirez. Probably, I'm going to guess this, that they haven't watched or seen or followed Chris Billam-Smith over the last 2 or 3 years especially, which might be kind of swaying their opinion on why a lot of them are picking Zurdo.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. I mean, look, I almost feel like with American media, you've got to like go through hoops to get a lot of respect as British boxers. And maybe Chris hasn't done that because he's not been in the ring with an American or a Mexican or whatever. But again, we know what he can do. We know when he's the underdog and he's viewed as the underdog here, backs against the wall, he finds a way. He always finds a way, and I'm not going to pick against him anymore. I picked against him with Riakporhe, I picked against him with Okoli. No more. I'm Team Billam-Smith on this one, 100%. It's going to be hard, but it should be hard. It's a unification fight. But I feel like he's got all the necessary tools to cause Zurdo some problems if he puts it on him. If he stays off and tries to outbox him, then he might have a problem. But if he uses his size and that grit and that will that we've seen in previous fights, he's got a good chance.
Before that, Friday night in Dallas, I mean, you can't get away from it. I mean, if you follow kind of the channels and the social media accounts we follow.
Out there.
What?
I ain't gonna lie.
Column's there.
Okay.
Column's been in Philadelphia last week, and then he's gone on to Dallas. So, I mean, what do you think? Are you pro or against this?
Against it.
Are you still going to watch it?
Yeah, 100%. I've set my alarm for 5 a.m. Friday morning. I am 100% watching it, which is why I kind of feel like I'm contradicting myself. But I mean, it's Mike, isn't it? You're going to tune in, and Jake does such a good way of selling it. And look, I've got to give credit to Jake. Not necessarily for this fight, but Katie Taylor's getting paid, Amanda Serrano's getting paid, Barrios on the undercard's getting paid. These fighters get paid. They get paid and they get put in front of big eyeballs, and you don't get bigger than Netflix. I mean, this is going to be crazy. But 58-year-old Mike shouldn't be fighting young, big. How old's Jake?
27?
It shouldn't be happening. I remember when Evander Holyfield a few years back fought Vitor Belfort, and he got stopped, didn't he? And he looked better than Mike, actually. He looked like...
When David Haye fought Joe Fournier,
I think it was the same card. And everyone was like, oh, you know, Evander Holyfield, former unified heavyweight champion. It's just got dropped. 58 is 58. I give Mike a minute or 2 minutes of the first round, then after that gas tank will run empty. I'm not fooled by those little sped up clips of him looking really good. I just don't like it too much. But if Jake, you know, everyone kind of, not likes Jake, but everyone's got a lot of respect for Jake. If he knocks out Mike Tyson, he might have to run to Puerto Rico quickly. You know what I mean? The American public ain't gonna like it, but yeah, I'm not for it, but everyone's going to make a lot of money, so good luck to them.
When you talk to the outside public about this, who will tune in, and it's almost a case that they know who Mike Tyson is and they know who Jake Paul is. Because I've said it to a few people, and I do believe that Jake Paul wins on Saturday. When they say it, they can't comprehend it, because in their head they're thinking of a 21-year-old Mike Tyson in their head. He's 58, hasn't had a professional proper bout since 2004 or 5 against McBride. Yeah. I mean, Father Time catches up with everyone, even Mike Tyson.
Even Mike, and I remember at the end of that Kevin McBride fight, he was like, I haven't got it anymore. Like, I'm done, I haven't got it anymore. And I'm like, what, so you've got it now? 20 years later, you just found it? It's just, I mean, look, the 2-minute rounds might help, only 8 rounds. I think it's 14-ounce gloves as well, but Jake does this now. Jake lives like a boxer, trains like a boxer, is trained like a boxer. He's been doing this now for what, 7 years? There's, you know, serious fights for maybe the last 4 years. He's actually pretty good. Obviously, he's not professional good, but he's better than Mike right now, which I know people are going to kill me for, but it's true. Mike just doesn't fight. Mike's last fight was 4 years ago against Roy Jones, and that one slowed. You're watching it in slow motion after the first couple of rounds, so I don't know. I don't like it. I hope Mike chins him, but I doubt he will.
Okay, just a last one. I know I said 90 seconds, but this is
I see Deontay Wilder's video.
I've said that, seen that today, which is clear as day that obviously he's not going to retire and he will be back in the ring. What about a summer fight there with AJ? What do you reckon?
Honestly, as soon as I saw it, and now that we know that AJ is not going to fight Dubois, I was like, I'll just make it now then. Just make AJ Wilder. We'll all tune in. A bit like we did with Khan Brook, where, you know, maybe they've, you know, not what they once were, but we're going to tune in because it's still AJ and Wilder. And I think most people might feel like, don't worry, I don't think AJ's deteriorated like Wilder, but people would feel like, okay, they've both fallen at the same rate, let's go for it. I think it'll be massive. I think it'll be massive, and I think people will tune in. If not, I don't know what Wilder does. Chisora, Dillian White, maybe?
That fight was meant to have happened last year in August, it didn't. So that's definitely an option there, but he's giving himself a little bit of breathing space now till the summer for them to work it out. But also now, what does Daniel Dubois do? He's going to fight in February, someone in that top 10 of that IBF.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Dubois, look, as much as I want it to be Joseph Parker, why would you fight Joseph Parker on a voluntary? It's such a risky fight. I mean, Parker could do Dubois, do you know what I mean? It's a risky one. But if he were to fight Parker, that run of Usyk, Miller, Hergovich, AJ, Parker's scary.
Off the back of those 3 wins, why wouldn't you fight Parker? But I do get it as a voluntary, your first proper, I know that was his defence, but he'll look at it as his first actual defence. Yeah. Parker, who's due a shot as well.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Parker. He had that really busy schedule, and Parker's only fought once this year, and he's desperate to fight. Like, he's like, give me a fight, I want to stay busy. He's put on some size. I think he thought he was going to fight Zhili Zhang. I don't know what's going on with that. But Parker wants a fight, he deserves a fight. You don't beat Zhang and Wilder and then sit on the fence. Give him something. I don't understand what's going on. And but look, the heavyweight division's a good one right now. Bakoli, I mean, what do you do with Bakoli? Do you caveat? Bakoli Dubois would be insane. That'd be carnage. So look, there's so many good fights to make. I just want to know what AJ wants to do. I'm fascinated by what AJ wants to do. I mean, the idea of sitting it out and waiting for the Usyk Fury winner, I just don't, or loser, I don't know.
They've got time to do that now because of a delay till the summer. They've got time to see what happens with Fury and Usyk on December 21st. Yeah,
and I'm happy that AJ's sitting it out as well. I didn't like the idea of a turnaround for him to fight February 22nd. It took a bit of a beating there from Daniel. Rest up, relax. He's had a busy little schedule, AJ. Rest up, heal, and then make the right decision because it's going to be the most important one of your life. And then see what happens. But look, it's a good heavyweight division. Like, Moses is coming. Fabio Wardley's coming. Do you know what I mean? Both of them are coming as well. So.
Akoli's coming as well.
Akoli is coming as well. I see you trying to do Akoli, David Adelaide. Yeah. That's a good fight.
And Dillian White, Joe Gallagher shut it down and said that ain't going to happen. But
really? Did he shut it down?
Yeah, he shut it down. But they had that beef. Do you remember about 3 years ago? There was something going on with those two.
And back then, it almost looked like Dillian Whyte was too big for, not big in terms of stature, but just too like it was too much for Okoli. Because I remember Dean White had a little conversation with him. Whereas now Okoli's ready. Okoli's ready now. He's massive. You saw him. He's a big heavyweight. I think Okoli White's perfect. White wants to fight, so everyone wants to stay busy. And with these Riyadh season cards, with Frank joining DAZN, we can all stay busy.
All right, Addy, listen, thank you very much for talking to IFLTV, and just want to say congratulations as well, mate, on winning the league title after 11 games. No, well done, no, well done, well done.
Go.
I know it's one here.
No, he's saying all this, remember this. Remember what he's saying.
Right, you're 9 points ahead of us, it's fine, no problem.
Okay, cool. I don't think we're going to win the league, but we're going to finish higher than you. I still think Man City are going to win the league. I
said I'd rather be trailing that gap, and we're still 5 away from, or 4 away or whatever from Man City, but I'd rather be chasing you, no disrespect.
One thing, that's right, no disrespect taken. One thing I did say is that you've had the hardest start in terms of games than anyone. I mean, Spurs away, Villa away, Chelsea away, Man City away, Arsenal, Liverpool home. Frightening, it's frightening. So, who knows? But right now, something's not working. Mate, you need a forward, badly.
I've been saying we needed a forward for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
Goykares maybe. That Goykares kid looks very good.
Yeah, but do you know when I start seeing that Arteta's got some 100 million war chest for next season, I'm thinking, we're 11 games in. Like, let's talk about January.
Yeah, January right now. Honestly, right now, because I don't think, if you need a goal, I don't think Havertz is that guy. Like, when you need it. And I mean, he'll get a few throughout the season, but when you need that big one, I just don't think he's that guy.
You know what? They scored in excess of 90 goals in the Premier League last season, yeah? And I think with pretty much the same forward line, so I think it's almost a case of Arsenal will always still score goals, but you're right, when we're in need, like in a few of them games we've needed someone, I'm not saying Havertz is not that person, because it's a bit harsh just to be critical of just Havertz in the last 4 games, but...
Yeah, and will Trossard have that same season like it? Like Trossard off the bench last season was...
Trossard off the bench is his impact player, 100%.
Incredible. Martinelli's fallen off a cliff. Sterling hasn't... Sterling. Mate, I might have to send him back. Nothing's happened with Sterling.
He hasn't really played though, to be honest. He's had a couple of cameos.
But you know, when he has, even when he's played, it's like, God. And I saw his belly. Did you see his belly the other day? I love you, Sterling, but... And it's all down to Saka and Odegaard, so yeah. Jesus.
That one's the most disappointing out of everyone. The Jesus situation, I don't know what's happened there. I really don't know what's happened there.
I love it, because we've got quite a few forwards. And all our forwards are pretty good right now. So we'll see. All right, anyway, I've got a show.
Right, crack on.
Thank you, sir.
Addy, thank you very much, and we look forward to a great week here in Riyadh.
Yes, certainly we do. And then when we get back to Premier League business.
Absolutely.
This is not a friendly handshake.
You wait, mate, you wait. When the wheels come off, you wait.